Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sheldon. The head is big for a reason. Now, yes, when you go to Nigeria, they call me Chukudi because I chook people. We dey enter Nigeria with that because, and I read, presidential election petition court unanimously affirms Tinubu's election. And I read again, presidential election petition court unanimously affirms Tinubu's election. So the court is saying, Tinubu is the validly elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Now, if you have been following Nigeria, them are politics. 3 weeks after the elections, the general elections, Obi, Atiku, and the leader of the APM party said and they feel like they have been cheated. The elections were marred by what? More practices. So with the evidence available to them, they are taking the issue to court. So they took the issue to court. Now, when the issue was taken to court, the Nigerian citizens argued that this is an issue of national interest. Therefore, we are arguing for it to be televised live for us to see the proceedings. The court denied. The judgment day, yes, which was yesterday, last night, it was televised.
Petitioners are not under any obligation to join and work at Atiku and the People's Democratic Party. By Section 133 of the Electoral Act 2022, the statutory respondents in an election petition are 1. The person whose election is being complained of, and 2. The Independent National Electoral Commission.
We shall stand on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate, Bola, on your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand on your mandate. We shall stand on your mandate, on your mandate. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate we shall stand. We you go win forever.
According to Mr. President,
what we want to do is that the non-compliant complaint of must be apparent on the face of the electoral document.
In the morning, it was about 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours judgment, In the morning, the courtroom was packed. By the time the judgment was going to be delivered, half of the people in the courtroom, they were gone. In the morning, even in the morning, some of the lawyers were sleeping.
From PW7's evidence that the petitioners did not understand the explanation of the first respondent or were just fixated on their belief that they won the election without any cogent and credible evidence. And they did not even bother to place any such credible evidence before this court. Were they expecting the court to go and gather evidence from the streets or from the markets, or to be persuaded or intimidated by threats on social media? That is not the way of the court. See the admonition of Toby JSC in Bola.
It was a lengthy kind of judgment, bro. But me, I sat here the other time and I said I knew the outcome of this. Cite me an example where elections were organized. A candidate was elected and sworn in as the president. In people where you contest personally, they feel like they have been cheated, so they took the case to court. And when they took it to court, the judges, the people empaneled to pass a judgment on this issue, they overturned the decision. In this Africa, give me an example. Give me an example. Give me an example and I'll grow my hairline. It never did happen. So me, I sat here and said, these be skirmishes. Especially in a system where people don't trust the justice system. Forget it. It will not happen. People said I was mad. Is it not reflecting now? It is.
I'm saying that our clients are dissatisfied with the judgment just delivered. And we have the firm instruction of our clients to challenge the judgment on appeal. And the court has promised us that possibly by tomorrow we are going to get a copy of the judgment. Once we have it, we will put it into action. Let me say this. We have to be very, very careful in this country. If we are not careful, electoral jurisprudence will virtually disappear. I'm saying this with every amount of sincerity, because when the litigants, when those who contested the election continue to find it very difficult to establish their case due to obstacles all the way, starting by INEC, certainly they may resort to some other means of trying to seek justice, which may not be lawful. And nobody encourages that. Nobody encourages that. So, and also, I commend the Court of Appeal for introducing live streaming. You will recall that we applied to the court to have live streaming of all the proceedings. The court, in its wisdom, did not grant the application, but now in the end, they saw wisdom in it to guarantee transparency. Hence, they introduced live streaming of the judgment. Certainly, it would have been better if there was live streaming of the entire proceedings, so that the public will now watch it from beginning to the end and connect properly with the judgment. But this one just started from the judgment, so they didn't start from the very beginning. So I do hope and pray that next time it will be continuous from the beginning of the case, beginning of the hearing, until the end. That is the only way you can ensure transparency. Because when something is open, people will see it themselves and they will make up their minds one way or the other.
Thank you very much.
Finally, okay. I leave you with one word. History will vindicate the just.
2018, the MPP lost the elections. They took it to court. Pink sheet upon pink sheet. In the end, what happened? Shibuntu. Then it go a long way to assert this statement, to consolidate this statement. Elections are won at the polling stations. If you don't win for the grounds, you go to explain tire for the Supreme Court or whichever court, or basketball court or wherever. If you don't invest in your systems, winning elections on the grounds at the polling station, forget it. Other extremities, it no go work. So as they stand now, Atiku and Obi say they are not going to accept this judgment, and they are going to they have instructed their lawyers to file a petition at the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court, here we come, ladies and gentlemen, here we come. I don't know what is going to come out of this Supreme Court thing, but his followers or their followers are saying they are going to follow them through and through till say this thing is done. Now, it wasn't Tinubu alone whose legitimacy was being challenged. The vice president, Shettima's legitimacy was also being challenged because they argued that there was a double nomination factor somewhere. because they argued, said, before your man was nominated as a running mate by Tinubu for the APC political party, APC party, then your man go pick form, say you go stand for senatorial, position somewhere. So you can't pick a form to go stand for senatorial position and be nominated as the running mate. That be double nomination, and the constitution is frown on them. So that issue was also argued at the competent court of jurisdiction. Do you know what happened? They said that too is a foolish case, because before the nomination came in, your man had withdrew from that race, the senatorial race. Then Shetima, after the judgment, do you know the subliminal? He didn't. This wasn't even a subliminal. He said they are going to retire Atiku. They will buy Atiku goats and broilers for Atiku to rear. He's not going to retire in Dubai or Morocco or anywhere. He will retire in his hometown. That was the jab that was thrown at Atiku by Shetima, who is the vice president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And he proceeded to apologize to people that he had offended. Said politics is a game of what? Terms, not emotions. Politics is a game of terms, not emotions. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the politics in Nigeria right now. That is the politics in Nigeria right now. So 12 hours of sitting down, or 10 hours of sitting down, they passed the judgment. And yes, Peter Obi wasn't there. Atiku wasn't there. Tinubu wasn't there, but Tinubu was represented by Shetima. Shetima sat through the proceedings. And I'm tempted to believe that they knew that was going to be the outcome. So they wouldn't even waste their time to come and sit there. Imagine wasting your time or coming to sit there for about 10 hours and they pass the judgment not in your favor. How will you feel? But the fact that he still trusts the system to deliver justice is where I feel like there is some way. I don't know. Probably he believes in the judicial system that much. And that is why he's taking this thing to the Supreme Court. Now let me read, let me run you through some, allegations of things that were misinterpreted through the crabologies of things. How I say, Charlie, we go talk about them. Key allegations. The two leading opposition candidates, Atiku and Mr. Obi, individually had asked the court to either declare them the winner of the elections or order a fresh poll. Should the court choose to call a fresh election, they pray that Mr. Tinubu and his party, the APC, should be barred from participating in it. They allege in their separate petitions that the election was marred by widespread irregularities and corrupt practices, including manipulation of results, suppression of votes, overvoting, harassment of voters, wrong computation of votes, and inflation of Mr. Tinubu's votes in virtually all the 36 states of the Federation and the Federal Capital, Abuja. They also allege corrupt practices perpetrated by the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, in connivance with Mr. Tinubu and his party, the All Progressive Congress, which is APC. They allege that INEC deliberately refused to upload the scanned copies of polling units results in real time as provided in the elections guideline to manipulate the figures favoring Mr. Tinubu. They also made a huge issue out of INEC's failure to upload scanned copies of polling unit results to the IREV, an online platform designed for the public to view the polling unit results in real time. This, they said, smacked of non-compliance with the provisions of Electoral Act, a serious breach that ordinarily invalidates an election if proved. They stressed that Mr. Tinubu failed to meet the full constitutional requirements to be declared the winner of the election by virtue of his failure to secure a minimum of 25% of the votes in the Federal Capital, Abuja. Mr. Atiku also raised the issue of Mr. Tinubu's alleged double citizenship of Nigeria and Guinea, a situation he claims disqualified the president from running for election in February based on the Constitution of Nigeria. Ladies and gentlemen, let me read a line from the judgment that was passed by some of the judges or all the judges, and I can come. So the panel unanimously stressed the total lack of credible evidence adduced by the petitioners to support their cases and describe some of the legal arguments of Atiku and Mr. Obi as fallacious and ridiculous. fallacious and ridiculous. They say that the issue no, they make sense. Nah, bro, stop it. Don't do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, as we stand right now there, Tinubu has been affirmed by this, presidential election petition tribunal as what the validly elected president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I know the supporters of Peter Obi, the obedience, and the supporters of Atiku, the PDP people, I'm calling it PDPites. They are angry. They are not in tune with what is happening. They don't fuck with this judgment, and it is normal. But at the end of the day, I feel like the outcome is the outcome. And even if you go to the Supreme Court, it is going to be an outcome like this. And so, make we just, Charlie, we have a nation to build. So, make we just move. Maybe the next elections, you will try to win the elections at the polling station. So, ladies and gentlemen, yes, that is what is happening in Nigeria right now. Bro, it is sad, but yes, it is what it is. My name is Sheldon. I'm out.